What is the purpose of reference voltage? Welcome to Mercie J, where compassion and craftsmanship come together. I'm Rick Smith. So I want to first tell you that this video is a little bit more directed towards technicians than our regular client base. And I'll just throw a little joke in there. VREF, when you see that on a wiring diagram, that means reference voltage. Now VREF on an airplane, that's a speed of the aircraft upon landing. So that's a different ball game, and talk to a professional pilot to know what VREF is for the airline industry. So on our typical 3-wire sensors, we can use sensors to measure a number of things. We can use them to measure temperature. We can use them to measure the position of something like the throttle or even a window. We can use them to measure the speed something's turning, like a crankshaft sensor or the wheel speed sensors, things like that. We can also use them to measure pressure, like vacuum in the intake manifold or pressure in the air conditioning system. And we typically will have 2 or 3-wire sensors. Reference voltage that I'm talking about today is typically on a 3-wire sensor. And in a typical situation, what we do is we send 5 volts out from the computer, and then the computer uses a ground. And then as we vary that sensor, there's a signal wire that comes back that changes that 5 volts. Now that 5 volts needs to be pretty accurate, between 4.9 and 5.1. So as an example, today we have a 2007 Ford Explorer, and it runs very poorly, and it has a ton of different codes. Now I checked the voltage reference at a number of different places, and instead of being 5 volts, it's about 2.5 to 3. So now I can either start unplugging different sensors like the AC pressure, the throttle, a number of different things. But in this case, as I traced it down, I actually ended up cutting the wire going back to the tank for the fuel tank pressure sensor. And my 5 volts came back, the rest of the sensors came to life, and the vehicle started running properly. So I either have a shorted wire back there by the tank, or I have a bad fuel tank pressure sensor pulling that voltage down. Once I drop the tank, I'll be able to identify which of those it is. So I hope this helps you understand a little bit about that VREF, but when you check it on a 3-wire sensor, 4.9 to 5.1, if that's not what you have, you need to find out why. Hope this has been informational to you. Till next time, safe travels and blessings to you.